Welcome everyone. This is a full ship review of the Celebrity Equinox Western Caribbean cruise in May of 2023. Stay tuned to see what we loved and what we didn't today on Seymour Seas. We just finished a 6-night cruise on the Celebrity Equinox. This was a Western Caribbean cruise that left out of Port Everglades, which is Fort Lauderdale, and sailed to Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and then back around to Bimini, Bahamas. We had a couple days at sea, and it was a really enjoyable cruise. However, there were some things that we will cover today. This will be a full ship's tour and scoring using Doug's ship score. If you are new here, I am Doug and this is Seymour Seas, your cruise tips and planning channel where I hope to help you and your family pick, plan, and enjoy your next cruise vacation. If you do find this video helpful in any way, as always, please do give it that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Okay, let's get started. When I do my cruise reviews, I use my own Doug's ship score. This is a possible 5 stars in 5 different categories. It spells out the word ships. So S is for the ship design, how easy it is to traverse, the condition of the ship. H is for hotel, which is for the cabins as well as the entertainment on board. I is for itinerary. These are the ports of call. Are they safe? Are they easy to get around in? Is it a tender port or do we dock at a pier? Then it is P for plates. This is the food on board. Everybody loves a good main dining room and buffet, but how is the quality and service of the food? And then S is for service. Your cabin steward, the guest relations, the bartenders, all of the people on the ship that make it a great experience. We'll go through that with 5 possible stars in each category and then give a final score at the end. Let's get started. So the Celebrity Equinox is the second in the Solstice class series. It was built in 2009 and it holds just under 2,900 passengers. We now have been on all 5 Solstice class ships with this last sailing on the Equinox. They are all very beautifully designed ships. They've won many, many awards, and I find them very, very easy to get around in. So the design is very sophisticated. It has subtle coloring, modern tones, and it is a really comfortable vibe in the ship. Now, the indoor spaces are very, very well appointed, and it has a non-smoking casino. It has various shops on 2 different levels with lots of different types of bars, one being the Martini Bar, which is very, very popular just off the main atrium. There are 3 elevator banks. The middle bank, which is off of the atrium, have glass elevators, and then you have a forward set and an aft set of elevators as well. It's very, very easy to get around. The rooms and staterooms are separated by odd number side on the port side and even number on the starboard side. It is also very well marked which way is forward and which way is aft. But as on any cruise, it takes a few days to get used to all that. The overall condition of the ship I thought was very, very good for a ship that was built in 2009. Now, as we looked out over our balcony, you could see that some of the railings for the verandas were a little worn and there was a little bit of rust showing on the side of the ship. But other than that, the condition of the ship was very, very good. The outdoor spaces on the Solstice class series, specifically the Equinox, was in excellent condition. Their main feature is the upper lawn club, where there is real grass. They have a number of different venues up there, such as a bocce ball court, They also have putt-putt, and the Sky Bar is at the very back of the ship, just off of the Lawn Club. They also have a very large screen, movie screen, that they show different items during the day, and they have movies under the stars at night. There are 2 main pools in the main pool deck area. It does have its main pool deck with lots of different loungers, both in the sun and in the shade. And then there is an upper pool deck where there also are tons of different loungers, and this will be where you'll have full sun. There is an inside pool, which is called the Solarium. It is adults only. It is fully enclosed. It also has 2 large hot tubs on each side, and it is a very quiet and serene place to get some rest, and it is, again, adults only. The inside areas of the ship, just off the Solarium, you're going to have the spa and very modern fitness center. They have full dressing rooms, and the spa has the Persian Garden, which is a very, very serene place where you will rest before you get any of your spa treatments or massages. And on Celebrity, Aqua Class guests have unlimited access to the Persian Garden. Additional indoor spaces at the very front top of the ship is the Sky Lounge, which is a big observation lounge. There is entertainment there many evenings. They also do a lot of trivia during the day, and then special events are held up there as well. During the day, this is normally very, very quiet, and you can go there, read a book, take a nap. I did on a couple of the sea days. The inside corridors are all very, very well appointed and extremely well taken care of, very clean and very stylish with that celebrity modern luxury vibe. For ship design, I am going to give the Celebrity Equinox 4.5 stars. Just a little wear and tear on the outside spaces, but it is a beautiful ship and very, very comfortable. So let's now move on to H for hotel. This is the stateroom as well as the entertainment. Both of those departments report up to the hotel director. That's why I combine them under one. So on this sailing, we were in a concierge class veranda stateroom, and it was a normal veranda stateroom with just a couple additional services. It was very well appointed and clean. The bathroom is your standard veranda bathroom with a small vanity area, one sink with some storage on one side and a few drawers below. The shower is a stand-up shower with acrylic doors. They do not have shower curtains, which is very, very nice. The room itself has a king-size bed, a desk, a full length mirror, and one thing to note is beside the beds there are not outlets for powering your devices at night. There are outlets on the desk, so I recommend bringing a USB hub or European power adapters and converters for your US plugs as well as USB ports. The balcony is nice sized, and it does have 2 lounge chairs with 2 footstools and a table. We found that the room had plenty of storage for a 6-night sailing, and we thought it was in excellent condition. Our room steward was fantastic, brought us ice every day, and we also had service in the morning to clean the room, replenish the towels and toiletries as needed, and then we also had turn down service. So Celebrity is still doing service twice a day. So let's now move on to entertainment. Entertainment really sets Celebrity apart. I love their entertainment and the variety that they have on board. So there's live music all over the ship. Their main theater shows are very, very good. The first one was a Broadway cabaret review, and I thought it was extremely well done. Their singers are very, very good, and also the dancers and the backup live orchestra is also exceptional. There also were a couple nights with guest headliners. The rock group Rebel was absolutely fantastic. Everybody loved both of their shows on that night, and then they came back actually later in the week for a matinee performance during one of our C days. They were absolutely fantastic on board. Then the other night they did have a comedian, which we thought was just about average. We didn't stay the entire show, but that's the nice thing about Celebrity, is that you can just go out and listen to some live music and go around the ship, and there's always something going on. They also had another guest headliner in a woman vocalist who was an impersonator of all of the divas past and present, and she did an absolutely great job. We really enjoyed that entire show. So later in the week, there was actually another full production show with lots of music, lots of dancing and singing, and they did some amazing acrobatics as well. As you can see here, we actually went back to the other show later on in the evening so that we could sit up closer and take a look at some of these amazing stunts and get a closer look at the performance. It was an absolutely amazing show, and we got up close, able to see everything. And this show, I believe the name of it was Life, and it's probably one of the best shows that I've seen Celebrity do in the main theater. It was outstanding. The live music around the ship is absolutely fantastic. They normally had some live classical string quartet music going on in the ensemble lounge by the specialty restaurants. In the atrium, they had more pop music being played, and then they also had lots of dancing in that area as well. Some of the other activities, we were able to take part in an archery competition in the atrium, which was a lot of fun. And then they also had the game show Deal or No Deal, similar to the television version that was held in Celebrity Central. They had a lot of activities around the pool during the day on the sea days, as well as a silent disco up in that sky lounge that I discussed earlier, which is always a big hit. So there's always a lot to do on a Solstice class ship from Celebrity. You can normally find trivia happening all over the ship in different venues. There were many tournaments in the casino. The casino was very, very busy. Again, non-smoking. Good job, Celebrity. And then there were also pickleball tournaments up on the sports deck, which is in the front of the ship. The cruise director, Lewis, was a young guy from the UK, and he was absolutely fantastic as the cruise director. He made everything a lot of fun and was very informative and personable and very, very available throughout the ship. There are tons of bars on board, and there are lots of things to do. The Martini Bar is very, very popular. The Sunset Bar at the very aft of the ship at the top is also quite popular. And then there are lots of different events going on throughout the week. I attended 2 different wine seminars that Celebrity is known for, and I always love those on board. So for hotel, which is the stateroom and entertainment, I'm going to give Celebrity Equinox 4 stars. There was a lot to do always, and you never got bored on the ship. And the only thing, the comedian was a little bit weak, and one of the main headliner shows also had kind of a weird plot. It was called Topper. So you may enjoy it. We went and saw alternative entertainment that night because we just didn't dig the show. So let's now move on to I for itinerary. These are the ports of call. If you are familiar with this channel, you know that a Western Caribbean itinerary is not one of my favorites, but we went to 3 very, very nice locations. The first of which was Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman, we did not have anything planned. We were just going to walk around downtown and spend the morning downtown and then get back on the ship. Well, we got into the port very, very early, and it seemed that the downtown area was not really opened up yet, and that most people that were getting off the ship had an excursion planned. I think this was our mistake. We probably should have had something planned, but when we booked this cruise, it was somewhat last minute, and a lot of the ship excursions had already been sold out. So if you are going to Grand Cayman, I highly recommend that you do get an excursion. We made the mistake there, so we only spent about an hour or 2 downtown in the morning and then got back on the ship. The next port was Cozumel. Now, we have been to Cozumel many, many times, and it is very walkable, it's very commercial, and you're going to have a lot of the vendors from the stores being somewhat aggressive to try to get you inside the store to take a look. And you just want to make smart decisions while you're walking around downtown. We did a third-party excursion through Viator, and we did an ATM tour that was highly, highly rated. Wait, did I just say ATM adventure? ATV adventure, all-terrain vehicle. Wow. And it was a lot of fun. The course was very, very difficult, and it was very rocky, and it wasn't that enjoyable while you were on those rocky parts of the trail. But the tour guides and Viator, getting to the ticket booth right outside the port was extremely easy, and I'd highly recommend this third-party tour. The next port was Bimini. Now, Bimini is a new port, and it is not highly developed, which is fantastic. One of the things that we wanted to do was to actually take the free tram to the area where they drop you off, and you can rent a golf cart for about $60, and you can have that for the entire day and make your way around the island as you see fit. Now, we had been warned that the weather that day was supposed to be quite bad. In the morning, there was actual strong thunderstorms, and we thought we might even miss the port, but we were able to dock at the pier and get off the ship. However, the rain was coming down pretty hard, and the weather app showed that heavy thunderstorms were going to roll in again around noon. So we decided to stay on the ship. But just like at home, you never really want to trust those weather apps completely, because the rest of the day turned out to be quite nice, and we made the mistake of staying on the ship and not getting off. However, there are a few resorts and the beach club that you can go to in Bimini, which are all quite nice, or you can just do that golf cart rental and have fun going through the islands. There's no Diamonds International, there's no Senior Frogs, it's just real Bahamas, and we really missed out by not getting off the ship. We did have 2 sea days, which is quite nice, and there's lots of things going on around the ship, and very relaxing areas always can be found. So for itinerary, which are the ports of call, I'm going to give this itinerary 3.5 stars. Now, Grand Cayman, it seems that you really do need to get an excursion there. Cozumel, there are tons of things to do. It is very walkable, and it has an extensive downtown, but just be careful and stay on the main path. Now for Bimini, Bimini is an underdeveloped port with not that many excursions. It's either a resort beach day, or like I said, you can rent that golf cart and go around the island on your own. Next up is P for Plates, which is the food and dining on board. This cruise celebrity absolutely shined for dining experiences. We were in the main dining room for dinner. We had an early seating fixed dining at 6 o'clock. We had a table for 2 just beside the window, and our dining team was absolutely fantastic, extremely attentive, and the food was quite good. We also ate breakfast in the main dining room every day. We like to do this due to the fact that the buffet, even though it's very good, can get a little bit crowded during breakfast time. I got my standard eggs Benedict and just kind of switched up the sides every now and then. Now, we also did a couple of the specialty dining experiences. I did finally do La Petite Chef, which is the animated dinner show that projects onto your plate this tiny little chef that makes all of the different courses for you. And the technology is absolutely fantastic. And the food was very, very good. I highly recommend that if you are on any of the celebrity ships, that you take advantage of going to La Petite Chef at least once. And then we also went to Tuscan Grill, our favorite specialty restaurant on the Solstice class. Murano is a high-end French restaurant that we've been to many times, but we actually prefer Tuscan Grill. The steak, the service, the seating was absolutely great, as it always is, and I highly recommend that you take advantage of Tuscan Grill on the Solstice and Millennium class ships from Celebrity. The buffet on Celebrity for this sailing was absolutely fantastic. We went to lunch there every day. The selection always changed up. You did not get bored. There was something new and different every day. The salad station was always available. They have a panini press. They have a carvery station that was different every day. They even had on that carvery a gyro on a spit that was out of this world. And the pizza area is there. There is different international cuisine, and it is just probably one of the best buffets that we have seen on any cruise line. And Celebrity Solstice class, the design as well as the food quality and selection was just really outstanding on this ship. So for P4 plates, for the food on board, I am going to give Celebrity 4.5 stars. This was really an outstanding dining experience, both in the restaurants as well as in the buffet. So great job, Celebrity, for this sailing on the Equinox. The final category is service. Service on Celebrity is normally very, very good, and on this sailing, it was outstanding. Our room steward, Jan, was very attentive, made sure we were well taken care of, and absolutely did a great job both morning and for turn down service. Now, the main dining room staff was also excellent, and they worked as a team. Everything was very, very timely, and I thought they explained the menu very well, and I really did enjoy the main dining room experience for dinner as well as breakfast. The bar staff around the ship was very, very quick and efficient. There were lots of different servers around the pool area as well as in all of the other venues. And the Captain's Club concierge team did an exceptional job with lots of different events. We actually met the captain a couple of times, once in the elevator as well as at a Captain's Club event, and he actually provided us with a bottle of wine in our stateroom, thanking us for being Captain Club members. I also met the Director of Technology, and we talked about their Starlink internet service, which they've had deployed now for almost a year. The internet service was very, very good on this sailing, and he was able to provide me with a lot of the details on how their testing of that service took place and how well it has been performing for them on the Equinox. So for service, for this sailing, I'm going to give the Celebrity Equinox 5 stars for service. Outstanding job. This now brings us to my final thoughts and final ship score. This cruise on the Celebrity Equinox was an outstanding experience. They did a fantastic job with dining as well as all of the food on board, especially the buffet. Service levels were out of this world, and the ship, especially the Lawn Club, was in excellent condition. The itinerary ports of call for this cruise was probably the weakest category. We could have done more in Grand Cayman, and we should have got off the boat in Bimini, but it was still somewhat of a weak itinerary. Other than that, it was a great experience, and I'm giving this total ship score a 4.3. Excellent job, Celebrity Equinox. I would highly recommend this ship or any of the other Solstice class ships from Celebrity. Thanks so much for showing up today, and if you did find this video helpful or enjoyable in any way, please do give it that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you have not done so already. Thanks so much for stopping in today, and as always, I'll see you again soon.